Have you ever felt like you were trying too hard to capture someone's attention, only to watch it slip away? I've been there, overthinking, overanalyzing, trying every trick in the book to make myself unforgettable. But what if I told you that the real secret to winning someone over isn't about effort or theatrics? It's about mastering a quiet, unshakable confidence that naturally draws others toward you. When I discovered Stoicism, everything changed. I realized that some of history's most charismatic figures, from emperors to philosophers, weren't magnetic because they chased admiration. They were magnetic because they cultivated themselves. They understood the subtle art of balance, being present without being overwhelming, intriguing without being evasive, and confident without arrogance. In this guide, I'm not giving you surface-level advice or cheesy pickup lines. These are ancient Stoic principles combined with modern psychology, designed to transform not just how you approach relationships, but how you approach life. They aren't tricks to manipulate others. They're tools to master yourself. Let me show you how to unlock an effortless magnetism that comes from within. These aren't just ideas I've read about. They're lessons I've practiced, stumbled through, and grown into. When you put these into action, you won't just learn how to win someone over. You'll learn how to become the kind of person people naturally gravitate toward. This isn't a quick fix or a shortcut. It's a journey. But if you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting, let's dive in. What I'm about to share has the power to reshape not just your relationships, but your entire mindset. It worked for me, and I believe it can work for you too. Lesson 1. The magnetism of calm. Have you ever noticed how some people can walk into a room and immediately put everyone at ease? It's not because they say the right things or demand attention. It's because their calm energy speaks louder than words. In a world dominated by stress and chaos, calmness has become a rare and magnetic trait. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. The key to mastering calmness lies in learning how to regulate your emotions, especially under pressure. The next time someone criticizes you or a situation doesn't go your way, resist the urge to react impulsively. Instead, pause, take a breath, and center yourself. When you remain unshaken, you project a confidence that others find irresistible. Calmness isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about controlling your reactions. Think about your body language. When you're calm, your movements are deliberate, your posture is steady, and your eyes convey presence. Compare that to someone who's agitated, fidgeting, pacing, or raising their voice. Who seems more trustworthy? Who would you rather spend time with? This principle applies to conversations too. Speak slowly, choose your words carefully, and let silence work in your favor. It creates space for others to process your presence and feel drawn to your energy. On social media, calmness manifests as avoiding drama and unnecessary arguments. Resist the temptation to post reactionary content or chase validation. Instead, focus on sharing moments that reflect your balance and thoughtfulness. When others see that you don't give in to chaos, they'll naturally respect you more. Calmness also means being comfortable with uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and relationships are no exception. Someone might not text you back, plans might fall through, or the person you're interested in might seem distant. Instead of panicking or overthinking, remind yourself that their actions don't define your worth. Your ability to remain centered in these moments is what sets you apart. The real magic of calmness is how it makes people feel around you. When you're calm, you create a safe space. Others can share their thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment or overreaction. This emotional safety is a rare gift, and it's one of the most attractive qualities you can cultivate. Being calm isn't about being passive or indifferent. It's about being in control. When you master this principle, you'll find that people naturally gravitate toward your energy, seeking the peace and stability that you radiate. Calmness is a quiet power that speaks volumes without saying a word. Lesson 2. The power of indifference. One of the most counterintuitive truths in relationships is this: the less you chase, the more you attract. It's a principle rooted in Stoicism, and it's called the power of indifference. But let's be clear, indifference doesn't mean apathy or ignoring someone. It means cultivating a healthy detachment where your self-worth isn't tied to someone else's approval. Imagine this: you've just sent a message to someone you're interested in, and hours pass without a response. Most people would start over-analyzing, sending follow-up texts, or obsessing over why the person hasn't replied. But a Stoic knows better. Instead of seeking validation from someone else, they shift their focus inward. They remind themselves that their happiness and confidence are not dependent on anyone else. When you practice indifference, you're sending a subtle yet powerful message: I am whole on my own. This creates an aura of independence that people find magnetic. No one is attracted to desperation or neediness. In fact, those traits push people away. Indifference shows that you value yourself enough not to hinge your emotions on external factors. This principle applies to social media as well. Don't be the first to like every post or comment on every update. Don't monitor someone's online activity or try to read between the lines of their posts. Instead, focus on living your life authentically. When people see that you're not vying for their attention, they often find themselves drawn to you. Indifference doesn't mean you're closed off or uninterested. It means you're selective. You choose where to invest your time and energy. If someone doesn't reciprocate your interest or doesn't value your presence, you walk away gracefully. This quiet confidence leaves a lasting impression. By practicing indifference, you're not trying to manipulate others. Instead, you're reclaiming your power. You're showing that your happiness and peace come from within, not from external validation. And paradoxically, this mindset makes you more attractive than any strategy or game ever could. Lesson 3. The power of silence. Silence is often misunderstood. Many people think that to make an impression, they need to talk, share, and fill every gap in conversation. The Stoics, however, knew better. They recognized that silence is one of the most powerful tools for creating intrigue and commanding attention. It's not about avoiding words, it's about using silence intentionally to speak volumes. Imagine you're in a group setting and someone is talking non-stop, eager to dominate the conversation. Now, imagine another person who listens intently, speaks only when necessary, and chooses their words carefully. Who leaves a stronger impression? It's almost always the latter. Silence creates mystery and makes people curious about you. In your personal interactions, practice being comfortable with pauses. When you don't rush to fill the gaps in conversation, you show confidence. Others will naturally lean in, wanting to know what you're thinking. This doesn't mean you stay silent out of shyness or timidity. It means you choose your words with purpose, ensuring they carry weight. On social media, silence can be equally powerful. You don't need to post about every aspect of your life or react to every comment. Instead, share selectively and thoughtfully. Let your actions speak louder than your updates. When people don't know everything about you, they'll naturally wonder, and that curiosity works in your favor. Silence also plays a crucial role in handling conflict or rejection. Imagine someone tries to provoke you with a hurtful comment or by ignoring your messages. The natural response might be to defend yourself or demand answers. But silence sends a much stronger message. It shows that you're above the drama and that your peace cannot be disturbed. This isn't about playing games or using silence as a weapon. It's about mastering the art of restraint. By embracing silence, you take control of the narrative. You let others come to you, drawn in by the strength and calmness you project. Silence is a quiet yet profound way of commanding attention and respect. Lesson 4. The magic of authenticity. Authenticity is a rare gem in a world obsessed with appearances. Everyone is trying to fit in, impress others, or be someone they're not. But the Stoics understood that there's nothing more powerful than being unapologetically yourself. Authenticity isn't about oversharing or laying yourself bare. It's about being true to who you are in every interaction. Think about how often people hide their real selves to please others. They say what they think someone wants to hear, adopt hobbies they don't enjoy, or even pretend to agree with things they don't believe. The problem is, when you're not authentic, you attract people who are drawn to a version of you that doesn't truly exist. And that's exhausting. To embrace authenticity, start by owning your likes, dislikes, and values. If you're not a fan of something popular, don't pretend otherwise. If you have a unique perspective, don't shy away from sharing it. This doesn't mean being confrontational or overly blunt. It means being honest in a way that invites genuine connection. On social media, authenticity shines through in how you present yourself. Instead of curating a flawless version of your life, share moments that genuinely matter to you. Show your interests, your growth, and even your struggles. People connect with honesty, not perfection. In relationships, authenticity means expressing your feelings without playing games. If you're interested in someone, let them know. If you're unsure about something, admit it. This level of openness can feel risky, but it creates deeper connections and eliminates the exhausting guesswork that comes with trying to be someone you're not. The Stoics believed that authenticity also involves accepting your imperfections. You don't need to hide your flaws. They're what make you human. When you own them with confidence, you show others that you're secure in who you are. And that kind of self-assuredness is magnetic. Authenticity isn't just a strategy, it's a way of life. When you're true to yourself, you naturally attract people who value and respect you for who you are. There's no need to pretend or impress. Your genuine self is your greatest asset. Lesson 5. The art of subtle mystery. In the realm of attraction, mystery holds unparalleled power. The Stoics understood that human curiosity is a force that draws people closer, much like gravity. When you reveal everything about yourself too quickly, you rob others of the desire to know more. But when you master the art of subtle mystery, you create a magnetic pull that keeps people intrigued. Think of a great story. It doesn't give away its secrets in the first chapter. Instead, it unfolds gradually, pulling you deeper with every page. Your interactions should work the same way. Don't be a closed book, but leave just enough unsaid to spark curiosity. Share glimpses of your life, your passions, and your personality, but save some for later. Mystery begins with intentional communication. In conversations, avoid over-explaining or rushing to fill every silence. If someone asks about your weekend, don't list every activity in chronological order. Instead, share an interesting highlight and let them ask for more details. This approach keeps the dialogue dynamic and engaging. On social media, embrace restraint. Instead of broadcasting every aspect of your life, focus on posting thoughtfully and sparingly. A well-curated image or cryptic caption can say more than a flood of updates. Let people wonder what's behind the scenes. They'll naturally want to know more. Mystery also extends to your availability. Being constantly accessible can diminish your value. This doesn't mean playing games, but it does mean maintaining healthy boundaries. By balancing connection with a touch of elusiveness, you create space for curiosity to grow. The Stoics believed in practicing moderation in all things, including self-disclosure. When you reveal just enough to pique interest without overwhelming, you allow relationships to develop organically. Mystery is not about manipulation, it's about respecting the natural pace of connection. Ultimately, the art of subtle mystery is about leaving others wanting more, not by withholding, but by showing that there's always more to discover. When you master this principle, you'll find people drawn to your enigmatic energy, eager to unravel the depth of your character. Lesson 6. The strength of emotional equanimity. In the dance of human connection, few qualities are as attractive as emotional equanimity. This Stoic principle teaches us to remain balanced and composed, regardless of external circumstances. When you exude this calm strength, you become a beacon of stability in a chaotic world. Emotional equanimity begins with mastering your internal reactions. Imagine someone cancels plans at the last minute or says something insensitive. Instead of reacting impulsively, you pause, reflect, and choose your response. This shows a level of self-control that commands respect and admiration. The key is understanding that you can't control others, but you can control how you interpret and react to their actions. The Stoics referred to this as focusing on what is within your power. When you refuse to be swayed by the moods and whims of others, you project confidence and independence. In relationships, emotional equanimity allows you to approach challenges with grace. Instead of creating unnecessary drama or escalating conflicts, you seek solutions with a level head. This creates a sense of security for those around you. They know you won't crumble under pressure or lash out without reason. On social media, equanimity shines through in your interactions. While others may engage in heated debates or post emotionally charged updates, you maintain a composed and thoughtful presence. This consistency sets you apart as someone who values reason over impulsiveness. Equanimity also serves as a shield against rejection or disappointment. When things don't go as planned, you don't let it derail your confidence. Instead, you see setbacks as opportunities for growth and move forward with dignity. This resilience is a rare and magnetic quality. The Stoics believed that true power lies in self-mastery. Emotional equanimity isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about understanding them and channeling them constructively. When you embody this principle, you become a source of inspiration and comfort, drawing people toward your calm and steady energy. Lesson 7. The magnetic pull of calm presence. In a world that often feels rushed and chaotic, few traits are as captivating as a calm, centered presence. The Stoics understood that maintaining your inner tranquility not only benefits you, but also creates a magnetic allure that others can't resist. Calm is contagious, and when you embody it, you draw people in. Imagine this scenario. A heated discussion arises and everyone starts to lose their composure. Now picture yourself as the one who stays composed, listening attentively and responding thoughtfully. This calm presence not only earns respect, but also makes you a grounding force in the room. The Stoics practiced this through a principle called ataraxia, or unshakable peace of mind. They believed that true calm comes from focusing on what is within your control and letting go of the rest. This mental clarity allows you to remain composed in any situation, whether it's a disagreement, an awkward moment, or an unexpected setback. Developing a calm presence requires mindfulness. Begin by paying attention to your breath during moments of tension. It's a simple yet powerful way to ground yourself. Practice responding instead of reacting. Instead of letting emotions dictate your actions, take a moment to reflect before speaking or acting. In conversations, a calm demeanor creates space for meaningful connection. When you listen more than you speak, others feel heard and valued. They'll associate your presence with comfort and understanding, making you someone they seek out in both good times and bad. This calm extends to your digital interactions. Avoid getting pulled into online arguments or posting impulsively. Instead, maintain a composed and thoughtful presence on social media. People will notice your consistency and reliability, which sets you apart from the noise. The magnetic pull of calm isn't about suppressing your emotions, it's about mastering them. When you learn to navigate life's storms with poise, you not only elevate your own experience, but also become a source of stability and attraction for those around you. The result? A natural charisma that doesn't demand attention, but effortlessly earns it. Lesson 8. The unbreakable power of self-validation. If there's one lesson the Stoics mastered that's crucial for building meaningful connections, it's the ability to validate yourself. In a world where so many seek approval from others, being confident in your own worth is a rare and irresistible quality. Self-validation begins with shifting your mindset. Instead of looking outward for affirmation, you turn inward. Ask yourself, do I like who I am? Am I proud of my choices and actions? The Stoics taught that your value is not determined by external opinions, but by your alignment with your own principles and values. When you don't rely on others for validation, you exude confidence that's hard to ignore. Think of someone who isn't constantly fishing for compliments or seeking reassurance. Their quiet self-assurance makes them magnetic. This is the essence of self-validation. It's not about arrogance, but about knowing your worth without needing others to confirm it. Practicing self-validation means learning to celebrate your wins, big or small, without waiting for someone else to notice. It's about being your own cheerleader, especially during challenging times. When you learn to value yourself, others naturally begin to value you too. This principle also protects you from the fear of rejection. If someone doesn't reciprocate your feelings or appreciation, it doesn't shake your self-esteem. You understand that their response doesn't define your worth. This resilience makes you stand out as someone who is emotionally secure and independent. The Stoics believed that self-respect is the foundation of a fulfilling life. When you validate yourself, you free others from the burden of doing so, allowing relationships to form based on genuine connection rather than neediness. In social interactions, self-validation allows you to be authentic without fear of judgment. You're not trying to impress, you're simply being yourself. This authenticity is deeply attractive because it's rare to meet someone who is entirely comfortable in their own skin. Ultimately, self-validation is about embracing who you are and showing up confidently in the world. When you embody this Stoic principle, you become a beacon of self-assurance that naturally draws others toward you. Lesson 9. The art of leaving a lasting impression. One of the most overlooked yet powerful techniques in forming connections is the ability to leave a lasting impression. The Stoics understood that people might forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. It's not about trying too hard or making grand gestures. It's about the subtle art of being memorable through your actions and energy. To leave an impression, focus on moments of quality over quantity. Think of the difference between a candle that flickers out quickly and a steady flame that provides warmth and light. You want to be the steady flame, someone who brings value, curiosity, and depth to interactions. Start by being fully present in conversations. Put your phone away, maintain eye contact, and listen with genuine curiosity. When you engage deeply with someone, you signal that they matter. Ask thoughtful questions and show interest in their answers. This kind of attention is rare and makes you stand out in a world of distractions. The Stoics also believed in leading with integrity. Your actions should align with your values, creating consistency in how you're perceived. People respect and remember those who stand firm in their beliefs, even in the face of opposition. Another technique is to master the balance of giving and withholding. Share enough about yourself to intrigue others, but leave some mystery. This creates anticipation and keeps people thinking about you long after the interaction has ended. On a practical level, consider how your energy affects others. Do you uplift and inspire, or do you drain and overwhelm? Being a source of positivity and calm leaves a mark that lingers. People are drawn to those who make them feel good about themselves and the time they've spent together. Finally, leave interactions with a memorable parting note. Whether it's a compliment, a piece of wisdom, or a thoughtful question, let the last thing you say resonate. The Stoics taught that endings matter as much as beginnings, and how you close a moment can define how it's remembered. When you practice the art of leaving a lasting impression, you don't just connect with people, you become unforgettable. This subtle skill transforms fleeting encounters into meaningful connections. Lesson 10. The magnetic confidence of authenticity. There's a reason authenticity has become such a buzzword. It's rare and it's powerful. The Stoics knew this long before it became trendy. To truly connect with others, you must first connect with yourself. Being authentic isn't about being perfect. It's about being real, consistent, and comfortable in your own skin. Authenticity starts with self-awareness. The Stoics taught the importance of understanding who you are, what you value, and what you want from life. This clarity allows you to show up as your true self, without trying to mold yourself to fit someone else's expectations. Think about people you admire for their authenticity. They don't follow the crowd, but they're also not aggressively rebellious. They're simply themselves, unapologetically. That confidence in their identity is what makes them magnetic. In practice, authenticity means expressing your opinions honestly but respectfully. It means admitting when you don't know something instead of pretending you do. It also means being vulnerable when appropriate, sharing struggles or imperfections in a way that fosters connection rather than pity. Authenticity also shines in how you present yourself. Whether it's your style, your hobbies, or your communication, let these reflect who you genuinely are. You don't need to dress, speak, or act in a way that doesn't align with your personality to impress others. People are drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin because it gives them permission to do the same. Social media often tempts us to create polished, exaggerated versions of ourselves. Resist this urge. Share moments that reflect your real life, not just the highlight reel. Authenticity online mirrors authenticity in real life. It builds trust and fosters deeper connections. However, the most important part of authenticity is self-acceptance. When you embrace your strengths and flaws, you send a powerful message. I'm enough as I am. This level of self-assurance doesn't need to shout. It speaks volumes in its quiet confidence. The Stoics believed that true strength comes from within. When you practice authenticity, you embody this principle and naturally attract people who value you for who you truly are. The result? Connections built on mutual respect and genuine interest rather than shallow impressions. Authenticity isn't just a tool, it's your superpower. Lesson 11. The subtle power of patience. In a fast-paced world, patience is an underrated superpower. The Stoics understood that most people rush through life, chasing immediate gratification and instant results. Yet, those who master the art of patience stand out as composed, deliberate, and resilient, qualities that naturally draw others toward them. Patience isn't passive, it's active. It's the ability to wait for the right moment, to endure challenges without losing your center, and to trust that what's meant for you will come in due time. When applied in relationships and connections, patience transforms interactions from rushed and shallow to meaningful and enduring. Consider how patience shows up in conversations. Instead of interrupting or rushing to make your point, You let others speak fully. You listen, process, and respond thoughtfully. This creates a dynamic where people feel truly heard, a rare experience that leaves a lasting impact. In social situations, patience means not forcing a connection or outcome. You don't need to rush someone into liking you or push for a deeper bond before it's naturally ready to form. Instead, you focus on being present, letting the relationship unfold organically. This ease creates a sense of comfort and trust, as people feel less pressured and more inclined to open up. Patience is also key in managing your emotions. When someone frustrates you, the Stoic approach is to pause and consider your response. Instead of reacting impulsively, you take a step back, allowing yourself to choose a course of action aligned with your values. This calm and composed demeanor makes you a steady force others admire and rely on. In the digital age, patience often means resisting the urge for instant validation. You don't need to immediately respond to every text, like every post, or react to every comment. By pacing your interactions, you maintain a sense of control and create intrigue. Your calm, measured presence sets you apart from those who seek attention in frantic bursts. Moreover, patience in personal growth shows through consistency. You don't try to rush your evolution or skip steps. Instead, you commit to steady improvement, knowing that real transformation takes time. This grounded approach makes you a person of substance, someone who inspires others simply by being an example of persistence and discipline. Finally, patience allows you to navigate rejection or setbacks with grace. Instead of viewing these moments as failures, you see them as part of the process. This resilience is magnetic. People are drawn to those who remain unshaken by adversity and continue to move forward with purpose. When you embody patience, you become a rare force in a world driven by urgency. Your steadiness, combined with your ability to create space for others, makes you a compelling presence. The Stoics knew that patience isn't just about waiting, it's about mastering the art of timing, cultivating trust, and building connections that endure. This quiet strength is your ultimate advantage in relationships and life.